This is where we're going this week. You're going to find that contact information or use that contact information from last week. You're going to draft an email. You can find that email on the Capstone Resources section of my website, or you can even find that email linked to week 3's to-do list. And week 3's to-do list gives you even a step-by-step on how to save things to your Google Doc. Now, well, we have got to get to the point where we're ready to send emails to your potential capstone mentor. Now, one of the first things you may need to do is add your professional email account to your school issued iPad. So you're going to want to click on Gmail. Up where you see your face, your icon, and search in mail, you just click on that. Add another account. And then here, you're going to add either your Gmail or your Yahoo account to your iPad. So when you click on Google, you can either sign into your professional email account or create another account here. To make your life easier, I have given you access to templates for emails that you can send to your capstone mentor. So if you go back to your Google Classroom and find the post that talks about what our class is going to look like this week, if you click on that, it's going to give you access to a whole bunch of different kinds of URLs, including our week 3 agenda, the access to our Zoom classes, and even access to the website that gives you links for all the different types of projects for our capstone. So actually, let's use that one. Okay, so here we are on the Capstone Resources section of my website. And on here, you're going to find things like the Capstone Google Slides, frequently asked questions, and the checklist for the Capstone Learning Experience, a little bit more information on the Tell Us a Little Bit About Yourself speech, and the career surveys that you guys have already done. But at this point, what we're going to do is, using your professional email address, you're going to send your mentor an email requesting an interview via Zoom. So I'm going to click on number 4, and it's going to take me here. So this is a view-only image or a view-only doc that I want you guys to now save into your own Google Docs. So the best way to do that is to click on the 3 dots at the top right-hand corner, click on Share and Export, click on Make a Copy, and now it's going to put it into your Google Docs. Now, this makes it so that you can take it, start editing this doc, and make it something that is specific, kind, and really does suggest the things that you are hoping to accomplish with your capstone mentor. When you're done, you're going to want to save this to your speech class Google folder. So let me show you how to do that. So the first thing you're going to want to do is hit the back button. It's the little triangle at the top left-hand corner. And now you're going to be back into your Google Docs app on your iPad. So you're going to want to click the 3 dots, and it's going to give you a whole bunch of different kinds of things that you can do with this doc, but I'm going to ask that you move it. So there's a folder with an arrow, and so you're going to click on Move. You're going to find your speech class folder, and you're going to move it here. This means that now you're going to have the ability to share that content with me through your speech class Google Drive folder, and it's also saved. Now, you might be asking yourself, why am I having you save an email into a Google Drive and not just actually type the email into your Gmail account? Well, there is a possibility that the first person that you email to ask for an experience is going to say no or could say no. So the best thing to do is to have a backup plan. And that's what this will be able to do for you, is now you're not going to have to go back and rewrite emails. You're going to have them saved in your drive. So once you send an email to your mentor, screenshot it. Once you receive a reply back from your mentor, screenshot it, because then I'm going to need you to upload those screenshots to your speech class Google Drive, so eventually I can give you a grade for those assignments. So here we are. Here's my screenshot, right? So I'm going to go to my Google Drive. I'm going to go to my speech class folder. Okay, I'm going to click on the plus sign. I'm going to upload photos and videos, all my photos, find what I need, upload that, and now it's exactly where it needs to be to ensure that I get the grade for it. Now, I want you to keep in mind something. Some of your mentors are not going to have an email address that is easily accessible to you right away. And for some of you, that means that you're going to have to go to a mentor's website, scroll down to the bottom of the screen, or even at the very top of a website and see if you can find something that says contact us or contact. This is going to make it so then that way you can send an email to a potential mentor either through a website, an email address, or something that even looks like this. So this is a contact us section of a website. And I want you to keep something in mind, that even when you put in your name, your first and last name, your professional email address, the topic, which could be something simple like employment, or even you could request a job shadow, and then you copy and paste the email that you made from your rough draft Google Doc right into this website. After you hit submit, there is no guarantee that this email is going to go directly to the person you want it to go to. So with that being said, as soon as you hit submit, the countdown starts. 3 days. At the end of that 3 days, it's going to be your responsibility to do a follow-up phone call. So I want you to keep some things in mind. Everything that you're doing right now is a first impression maker. So have you thought about some things like, what does your email look like? Because it really should be professional. Because an email is like hotgirl1998@gmail.com may not ever get a response back. But something that is professional has maybe your first initial, last name, and the year you're going to graduate will be perfect. Have you thought about what it sounds like when someone calls your phone number? Is there still a ringback tone that you put on there back in middle school? Or even then, what does your outgoing message sound like? Because if it sounds like something like, hey, what's up? Just kidding. Oh man, you know what to do. And then it hangs up. That's no longer professional, and it's not going to be something that's going to warrant a response back. And on top of that, if your outgoing message sounds like, hi, you have reached 970-310-7214. They don't know if they've called the right number or if it's you that they're going to leave a message for. So I would suggest re-recording an outgoing message, something like, hi, this is Jennifer Borison. Sorry, I can't take your call right now. Please leave a message. Wait, but don't put my name in there. Obviously, put your name. That's a really great start to a professional message. Okay. Also, I understand that it's really hard to make a follow-up phone call. So if now you have your email set up, you've sent an email, you've set up your voicemail, you make sure that the voicemail box is empty so that people can actually leave a voicemail. You've done all these things, and in 3 days you still haven't received a response back from a potential mentor. You're gonna have to make a phone call. And it might sound a little bit like this. Yes, hi. Well, my name is Jennifer Borison, and I sent an email about 3 days ago about completing a job shadow with one of your employees. I was really hoping to talk to Paul about scheduling a time to meet with them. Now, the thing about this particular phone call is that it's going to get your foot in the door, and they may even say something like, "Oh, yeah, we received that email," or "Yeah, we just can't do that right now." And if you say, "Okay," and hang up really fast, then you're really not in the place to set up a potential capstone mentor interview. So let's put it this way: a Zoom meeting is exactly what's required for the capstone experience. If you are able to go on a job shadow, that's going above and beyond for this assignment. So you might want to ask to go above and beyond and see if you can get in for a job shadow. But if your parents aren't allowing that, if right now the regulations don't allow for it, if your mentor cannot do that, that is fine. What you say is, I totally understand. What I'm looking for then is maybe a chance to meet with you via Zoom so I can ask you a few questions about what it took to get into your industry and maybe what some suggestions you have for me. So keep that in mind as you're going through. I'm not saying don't take no for an answer, but what I'm saying is give them an option to say yes, because what you're asking for is an experience to learn more about what it is about the industries you are interested in. And now don't forget, any email that you're going to send, again, is a starting point to show what type of person you are and how professional you are. So making sure that you have that email signature, your name, your phone number, and email address is important. And again, the capsule learning experience is first and foremost about finding a potential mentor. Next, it's about scheduling a Zoom meeting that you can then record. And if you get the opportunity, because your parents allow it and the industry allows for you to do a job shadow, then that is what you can do, and we will get you school excused for that. Now, let's say everything happens really quickly for you and the email works and you're able to set something up before we have class again. That sounds amazing. Here are some suggestions, though, that I have for you. One, use the packet to your advantage. There are plenty of questions that you can ask your capstone mentor during your interview. Try to interview your mentor for 30 minutes to an hour and really have those questions prepared beforehand. Send your mentor a reminder email the day before or even the morning of the interview with the Zoom meeting information, so in that way they can log on to your Zoom meeting quickly and efficiently. But you may be wondering, how am I going to record this Zoom meeting and get credit for it? Well, it's pretty easy, actually. You just may not have set up all of the controls that you need to make it happen yet on your iPad. So what you see here on the screen is an iPad, and I'm going to click on Settings, Control Center, Customize Controls, and you're going to see here that there's some things that are allowed and some things that are not. And one of the things that I don't have allowed yet on this iPad is screen recording. And so if you don't have screen recording up here in the section of your iPad, it's not going to allow you to record a Zoom meeting. So you have to make sure that you click on the plus sign and that screen recording is up at the top section of your control center. Then what you're going to do is you're going to be able to see that there's a recording icon right here. So you'll take your finger and swipe from the top right down. Click on the new screen recording icon that you have. Let it count down 3, 2, 1, and now you're recording your screen. So when you're in your Zoom meeting, make sure that the recording icon is in the top right-hand corner of the screen. And when you're done with your Zoom meeting, you hit Stop Screen Recording, and it will now save the video into your photos. So when you click on it, there's your video. Now, don't forget, I'm going to be on Zoom all day on Friday. I would love to talk to you. And so if you feel like you're struggling with any aspects of the assignment, please don't hesitate to reach out to me.